Welcome to Globalysis, the home where we decode the world's next move. Imagine this: Russia, a superpower with its hands in nearly every global affair, suddenly decides to recognize the United States of Biafra as a sovereign nation. Guys, this could shake not just Africa but the entire globe. Right now and right here, let's give you the inside details. Now, before we delve inside, let's get something straight. The United States of Biafra is no stranger to struggle. Born from a contentious history with Nigeria, this region has fought for its identity, its freedom, and its voice. Back in the late 1960s, the Biafran War, also known as the Nigerian Civil War, was a brutal conflict that left scars still visible today. Over 5 million lives were lost, many of them due to starvation, as Biafra stood against Nigeria in a desperate fight for independence. This war wasn't just about land, it was about survival, culture, and a deep desire for self-determination. And while the war officially ended in 1970, the dream of an independent Biafra never faded. It merely shifted from battlefields to international diplomacy and grassroots movements. If Russia recognizes Biafra, it could rewrite the power dynamics of Africa. Think of it as a chessboard where one unexpected move shifts the whole game. Russia's endorsement would be a game-changer, sparking ripple effects not only in Africa but across the global political stage. First, Africa's geopolitical landscape. Recognition from Russia could inspire other separatist movements across the continent. Groups like Ambazonia in Cameroon or even Somaliland might start knocking louder on the doors of international legitimacy. You know how it goes, right? One person lights the match, and before you know it, there's a wildfire. And let's not forget, Africa already has its hands full with ongoing tensions, from Ethiopia's Tigray conflict to Libya's fragmented government. Adding Biafra into the mix could create a domino effect of instability, leaving nations scrambling to either suppress or support these movements. On the flip side, countries like Nigeria might see this as a direct threat to their territorial integrity, sparking internal crackdowns or even regional conflicts. Now, let's zoom out to the global stage. Russia's move wouldn't just be about Biafra. It's a strategic play. Imagine Russia setting up military bases along the Gulf of Guinea, right at the crossroads of global oil and trade routes. That's a nightmare for the West. The Gulf of Guinea is already a hotspot for piracy, illegal oil bunkering, and smuggling. A Russian military presence would not only shift the balance of power, but also complicate efforts by Western nations to maintain stability in these vital waters. For Europe and the US, losing control here isn't just an inconvenience, it's a full-blown crisis. Welcome back to Globalysis. If you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button to continue to get value from Globalysis. It helps the algorithm so that more people can see it. Now, here's where it gets even more mind-bending. Russia's recognition could force the hand of other countries. Imagine China or even Turkey jumping into the fray, each looking for their slice of influence in Biafra. China, for instance, has been steadily expanding its footprint in Africa through massive infrastructure projects, resource investments, and its Belt and Road Initiative. A recognized Biafra could become a new frontier for Chinese involvement, offering untapped resources and strategic partnerships. Turkey, on the other hand, has been using trade, humanitarian aid, and cultural diplomacy to strengthen its ties in Africa. They'd be eager to leverage a newly recognized Biafra to secure their foothold in West Africa. And what about the US? They're not gonna sit back and watch their global rival gain a foothold in West Africa. It could escalate into sanctions, proxy wars, or even a new Cold War-style standoff. Just picture it, Africa, once again, becoming a theater for superpower rivalries, with local nations caught in the crossfire. History has shown us, whether it's the Middle East or Southeast Asia, that when global powers clash, the smaller players often pay the highest price. But wait a minute, what does this mean for the people of Biafra? For them, Russian recognition could be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it might bring legitimacy, international aid, and investment. On the other, it could turn their homeland into a geopolitical pawn. Imagine a Biafra torn between appeasing its Russian ally and safeguarding its sovereignty. The last thing any nation wants is to trade one form of dependence for another. And trust me, nobody wants to be a pawn when giants are playing chess. Guys, this is just scratching the surface. Tomorrow, we're diving into a related story, how the Gulf of Guinea became the epicenter of global oil politics. You don't want to miss it, so stay tuned. Now, it's your turn. What do you think Russian recognition of Biafra could mean for Africa and the world? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next episode, see you right there and right then.